Hey. So this is going to be like a new series on my channel, and we'll have a playlist like my SMG4 theories. And today I'm going to discuss my opinions on SMG3. By the way, this was a randomly selected decision, and currently I will only be doing the main 10 cast members. But I might start talking about other characters later on. And I am aware I already did Mr. Puzzles, but that was different. To me, at least. I would also like to say there will be 3 different points in this video. First will be about SMG3, the second will be about Silence of the Cats, and the third will be about the newest SMG4 video, The Internet is Dead. So without further ado, let's begin. So I should probably start with a summary on SMG3's origins. So I'm going to explain that real quick. His first appearance was Super Mario 64 bloopers, SMG4 vs SMG3, where he was shown to be an evil version of SMG4, and from this point he would basically be a reoccurring antagonist like what Mr. Puzzles is nowadays. Now at the start of his whole villain arc, he would always try either kill SMG4 or just simply embarrass him, or even sometimes just hack his account. However, at one point in time in WODV 2018, I believe, I could be wrong, but SMG3 decided to start a show called Dr. SMG3, and he had basically retired being evil. That was until the SMG4 episode A Day in the Life of Everyone, where his show got cancelled. Then next we see him in Mario's Spicy Day, aka the start of his arc, the YouTube arc. He tries to start his own company, but SMG4 ruins it, and 3 decides it's time to go back to being evil, so he did just that, and stole the YouTube remote and deleted SMG4 and his friends, aside from Mario. But Mario stole 3's phone, and got his friends back. Then WODV 2020 happened, and he got his ass kicked. Then after he returned in the Genesis arc, he started to become a better person, but it wasn't until It's Gotta Be Perfect where he truly became a good guy, and nowadays he's just part of the main cast. And in terms of my opinion on him, he's in my top 3 for favourite cast members because he had one of the best character arcs in SMG4, being his redemption arc. There's really nothing bad I can say about him like I can for most of the other characters, which I will talk about at some point in the near future. Now we move on to Silence of the Cats. Now, for some reason, there are a handful of people that think Silence of the Cats is a part of Puzzlevision, which is so dumb, and I have reasons for saying that. So, reason number 1, just because Mr. Puzzle shows up does not mean it's automatically a part of Puzzlevision. Reason 2, unlike Insane SMG4, One Shot Ren, and Marty, Mr. Weapons is not influenced by Mr. Puzzles whatsoever, and you can tell by watching the movie that he's not influenced just by how he acts. Reason 3, Puzzlevision was about making shows, getting famous, and getting 5 stars, and ever since Puzzlevision was created, Mr. Puzzles has dropped all 3 of these. He dropped 5 stars after he came back for the first time, although he did try and get it back in the Meme Factory, but ever since then, it's likely he dropped it again after Meme Factory. Then he dropped making shows and getting famous at the end of WODV 2024, so therefore the Puzzlevision saga is officially over, but obviously Mr. Puzzles can still show up. And lastly, reason 4, on the SMG4 wiki it says Puzzlevision finale WODV 2024. Now I'm not sure if it's an official wiki, but even if it's not, it's still accurate. So, yeah, so now we're going to move on to The Internet is Dead video. And let me just say this now, this video was a massive letdown. Mostly because of some of the characters, but I want to talk about the characters in this video, and who I liked and who I didn't like. Let's start with the characters I did like in this video, and those characters are Mario, Swag, Chris, and surprisingly Bootkins. Mario was by far the smartest character in this video, and that alone is crazy, but not really at the same time because he is smart, he just chooses not to be most of the time. Swag and Chris are Swag and Chris, so that's always good. And Bootkins, I actually felt bad for him in this video when the others were beating him up. And I don't usually feel bad for him because Bob does it all the time, but this time it wasn't just Bob attacking him. Speaking of which, Bob is the only character in this video who was just mid. And that is literally because what he does in this video is to be expected from him. And now we move on to the worst characters of this video, SMG4, Tari, Meggy, and the dude I was literally talking about a few minutes ago, SMG3. How they all act in this video are so bad and so out of character, Maybe not as much for SMG4 because it's got to be perfect, but the other three, it's way out of character, especially for Meggy. Yeah, sure, for the others, you could make the argument that they couldn't survive without the internet, but Meggy most definitely can. Yeah, she has moments here and there where she needs to check her phone or something, but it's never usually bad to the point where she's on it 24/7. Also, her constantly asking Google what to do was stupid because she's definitely smart enough to think for herself. And then there's Tari, who when they were all attacking Boopkins, she was attacking him the most, and even attacking at all is extremely out of character for Tari. And Tari is also the main reason why Boopkins nearly got thrown in a volcano, because she's the one who said, "We must sacrifice the one with the internet," or something like that. I really don't care what she said. Which is another reason I felt bad for Boopkins in this video. But luckily, Mario saved him just in time because he said the internet is back on, and they tried to make up for it, because they tried to make up for everyone going insane at the end of the video because they threw swag in the volcano. But at the end of the day, the damage was already done. And honestly, other than the remaster, this video is the worst video of the year so far. At least for me, anyway. But that's all, really. This video was supposed to be just a video on SMG3, but with everything that has happened since I last uploaded, I decided to make this into a longer video. But don't worry, my other rating videos will only be ratings and nothing else. But I probably won't have another rating video out for a while, since the second SMG4 arc of the year will probably start very soon. Maybe even this week. Because this is around the time they do the second arc of the year, and so obviously I'll be making theories about what could happen next in the arc. So yeah, that's all, and goodbye.